Welcome back for the second installment in my tentatively called something along the lines of creating a book of shadows together. Basically, I am making pages for my own book of shadows and finding different things. And this is just like a preliminary list of things. Like, I'm not deep diving every single website, every single book. It's just a starting point. And I'm keeping mine digitally and printing it off so that eventually I can add to it as I find things. But this is just to get us an idea because, as we will see, things don't always line up. They kind of go against each other constantly, and people say different things for different things. So it's just fun to find all of the potential correspondences for things. So today we are continuing with stones for a minute, and we are talking about citrine. This stone is also known as the merchant stone or the money stone. The zodiacs, it is all over the place. So we got Scorpio, but also Aries. That one was the most popular. But then others mentioned Gemini, Leo, and Libra. The birthstone was listed for November, but then also for Gemini. So Gemini, if you don't know, is not November. It's not even close to November. November is more of like Scorpio-ish, and Gemini is more like June. So I don't know where that came from, but sure. The random non-magical notes for this is that it is apparently linked to the 13th anniversary gemstone. The elements are air and fire, and most of them mentioned air over fire, but we're including both because, again, when I find it, I just write it down. Same with planets. We've got Sun was the most popular, but then we also had Mercury and Jupiter. For the chakras, we have got sacral, solar plexus, and crown. The most popular one mentioned was always the solar plexus. The number associated is 6. I couldn't find any deities associated from the couple sources that I picked, and the energy is projective. So we had receptive and projective. This one is projective, aka typically if it's projective or receptive, it's also like a key phrase of also using for masculine and feminine. So in this case, it would be like a masculine energy, but some books use that, some don't. So anyways, we have projective. On to the long list of magical properties. So this stone is for happiness and positivity. It is the success stone. It promotes fortune and abundance. It boosts your manifestation for business and finances. It can also increase mental clarity. It's an aura protector. It's basically just helpful for any kind of manifestation. It carries the sun's energy. It absorbs, transmutes, dissipates, and grounds negativity. It brings light and new beginnings, encourages joy and optimism, motivates you to actually accomplish your dreams, can raise your self-esteem. It can also help you to be a little less sensitive to criticism. And it can also supposedly kind of help with depression and other mental things. But remember, as I mentioned last time, these are not going to be your fix-all. This is not a cure. It can just help. Whether you want to view it as a placebo effect or not, sometimes it can help. But remember to always, take it with a grain of salt. Make sure that you have the proper tools that you need, whether it is using various techniques that you can find online, like meditation, gratitude, affirmations, whatever, exercise, plenty of sleep, water, all of that stuff. This is just kind of one of those little toolkit options you could choose. But also remember that medication, talking to a therapist, things like that are also just as important. Being a witch doesn't mean we don't use modern medicine. We use this stuff alongside modern medicine. It is also a self-cleansing stone, so you don't need to cleanse it in moonlight, sunlight, salt, water, anything like that. It's good to go. You can also use it to cleanse other items. This is actually something I do. I have a citrine bowl that's shaped like a star, and it's glorious. And you can just put your items on or around citrine, and it will cleanse it. This is great for your items that can't be put in sun or water or whatever. Just put it next to this rock. 2 rocks can sit together and you're perfectly fine. It is also a stone for generosity, creativity, pleasure, protection, strength, enjoyment of life, energy. It cleanses the chakras, opens intuition, activates creativity. It can enhance your concentration, emotionally balancing. It's also great as an anti-nightmare or to increase your psychism. That's not one of my favorite words to have to say, but yes, it can increase your psychism. Now, let's move on to just a few spell suggestions, And I mentioned the first one before, which is to use it, which is how I use it most often, which is for cleansing other items. It's my go-to option. I love to just plop things near or on some citrine and call it a day. You can place citrine in the corners of your home or business to attract good fortune. You can wear it at night to remove fear and prevent nightmares and ensure a good night's sleep. You can place a piece of citrine in your purse or wallet to bring you abundance and wealth. Keep citrine at work to boost your creativity. This is really good for us creatives like myself, the writers, artists, people like that. You can also wear citrine when you are low to make you feel better. Again, citrine is not a cure-all, but it can help. And you can also put citrine in your bedroom to enhance relationships. Hold citrine to prevent nausea and stomach ache. Again, I don't love the idea of just relying on rocks for this. This is where my belief kind of gets challenged a little bit. I have more belief in like things you ingest, like plants and stuff, more than putting a rock near you. But just reminder, you know, sometimes it could help. Again, it could just be a placebo effect. Just remember, this is not a cure-all. If you're having nausea and a stomach ache, modern medicine is great. Try some Pepto-Bismol. It's wonderful. It does great things. Drink water, have like peppermint tea or ginger tea. Like, again, I'm more of a plant person for like healing physically, but if you want to use stones for the physically trying to help your body, obviously don't ingest a rock, but just hold it to the area, so your abdomen for nausea and a stomach ache. And then lastly, you can place citrine crystals in every room to speed up the sale of a house. And that is it for this stone. There are a bunch of other things. Citrine is a really popular one to use. There's quite a few warnings about like making sure you get like a true citrine. Typically, if it's very cheap, from what one website had said, it's really more likely to be heat-treated amethyst. So do keep that in mind. Those are all of the notes that I currently have for citrine. If you have other things to add, please have them in the comments so other people can have information. I will have a blog post going up of all of my written notes for this one if you want to have a written version of this, as well as my sources that are linked there. And of course, a huge thank you to my patrons. If you want to support me and get access to exclusive content, it is patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. I got a bunch of stuff going up. This month has been pretty crazy. There's a lot of stuff, so if you want to check it out, it is linked down below. Of course, here on the main channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I post every single day. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.